Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Friday, May 31st, 2024. It is 1 p.m. Is there a motion to call the meeting to order?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
This meeting will be audio and video recorded. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order of business is a reserve fund transfer for the Council on Aging. We had some issues with some septic and plumbing. Total dollar amount, $6,806.76. This request is being sought due to unanticipated expenses to the Council on Aging building. The septic system had not been maintained for over 5 years. Septic system pumping was overdue, as well as the grease trap service. A sewer pipeline was completely blocked and overflowed into the men's bathroom, causing an urgent request for plumbing services. R&M account is in the negative by $1,429.26 as of 5/22/24. Roto-Rooter called for bathroom flooding, jet flushing to clear blockages. Is there a motion to approve a reserve fund transfer of $6,806.76 for the Council on Aging?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item is fiscal 25 budget and warrant. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken. Gentlemen, I believe we had a couple of budgets that we have to approve. There should be 2 of them. Page here. We have inspectional services for a total of $156,782. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Also, recreation for a total of $25,225. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, the library bottom line will remain the same, but there are some numbers that were transposed, and that will be taken care of in the final draft.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Kelly. And we have a small handful of articles that we have passed over to fine tune. So Article 1, to see if the town will accept the reports of its officers, boards, departments, committees, and commissions as printed in the 2022 annual report, or act on anything relative thereto. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Article 2, we needed to fill in some funds. It's to see if the town will raise and appropriate or transfer from available funds a sum of $3,329 to pay bills from prior fiscal years, or take any other action thereon or in relation thereto. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Article 11, to see if the town will vote to transfer from free cash or otherwise provide for payment of the sum of $81,301 to complete the participant equity fund payment associated with joining the Employee Health Insurance Purchasing Group, Massachusetts Strategic Health Group, and take any other action thereon or in relation thereto. Motion to approve?
Is that article? What article you?
Hold on, I got a missed.
What article did you just read?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, I read 11 off of this, but that's not the right one. Hold on.
It is 11.
That's the revolving.
Yeah.
No, that's because you've got a previous draft.
I've got 11 on here, where you just read.
Yeah, but my Article 11 doesn't
All right.
match my sheet here.
How are they renumbered?
Yeah, but here it says soil board, but in this,
Oh, okay.
something
I
else.
think it changed articles. This should be Article 10.
Article 10. It's the revolving fund.
Yep, okay. So this is supposed to be Article 10. To see if the town will vote pursuant to Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 44, Section 53E and 1/2, to set the limits on the total amounts that may be expended in the fiscal year 2025 in each of the town's revolving funds established under the Acushnet General Bylaws, Article 21, revolving funds as set forth below, or take any other action thereon. It was just one line item, the soil board revolving fund, making sure that it was listed correctly, and I believe it is.
It is, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Motion will approve.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next one was Article 14. At the time of our last meeting, there was nothing appropriated for it. And Mr. Kelly, just to confirm, this is for the Elders Community Service Program?
Senior
No.
tax work off?
Yep.
Yep, 20,000.
That's the
You reconfigured the article and you dropped the one we were holding for the school, I'm assuming, Mr. Kelly?
Yes. It wasn't necessary according to the business manager.
That's correct.
So on Article, go ahead. Article 14 is to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate or transfer from free cash the sum $20,000 to fund an Elders Community Service Program for the purpose of providing a payment voucher for services rendered for the departments, boards, and committees of the municipality to resident property owners who have attained the age of 60 years to be used to reduce the real estate property taxes for the property in which the elderly owner resides. Said program shall be subject to the following conditions. In addition to any and all eligibility requirements promulgated by the Board of Selectmen after receiving the recommendations of the Council on Aging, participation in the program shall be limited to elderly residents of the town who own property and are willing and able to provide services to the town. Program participants shall receive compensation at a rate of $15 an hour for each hour of service rendered for a total not to exceed $1,500 in any calendar year. Program participants must agree in writing prior to participating in the program to receive compensation in the form of a voucher to be presented to the treasurer tax collector to be applied to the real estate obligations of the participant for the property in which the participant resides. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And then the next couple we have are in regards to sloping.
The sheet, the numbers have changed to the final because we removed some articles, so we are looking at, in the new version, Article 22, 23, and 24. The old articles are 24, 25, 26.
And Mr. Gasper, I believe you and Jamie sat down to verify numbers. Are you comfortable with
Yeah,
those?
well, I don't know what numbers you're looking at, Mr. Chairman. We had some discussions on what we felt could be taken out of water reserve in the amount of $600,000, so the capital, first one, the old Article 24, I think, Mr. Kelly, is 600, the number you're?
The original number we plugged in was 500, but 600
600's in the
should be for the new Article 23.
2? Okay. So
And
capital expense stabilization fund and
That's
Article
correct,
22 is...
600,000.
it's 600 also.
Okay, so both of those.
And then the water, the old 25, striking out the language of sewer infrastructure in Article 25, because you can't use water revenue for sewer infrastructure, so.
That was done in the new version.
Okay. The same 600,000.
So Article 22 and Article 23 are both going to be 600,000?
Correct. That's out of the water. The last one is water reserve.
Yep. Article 22, to see if the town will vote to transfer from capital expense stabilization fund or from available funds, or to file for, accept, and expend grants and/or matching funds provided by grants, or otherwise provide a sum or sums of money not to exceed $600,000 to repair and or replace the roadway, sidewalks, water infrastructure, sewer infrastructure, and stormwater infrastructure for Slocum Street, or take any other action thereon or in relation thereto. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Article 23 is to see if the town will vote to transfer from the Water Special Reserve Revenue Fund or from available funds, or to file for, accept, and expend grants or matching funds provided by grants, or otherwise provide a sum or sums of money not to exceed $600,000 to repair and or replace the roadway, sidewalks, infrastructure for water, stormwater drainage for Slocum Street. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And 24 was to see if the town will vote to is that supposed to be transfer?
Transfer, yes.
To see if the town will vote to transfer $1,200,000 from available funds, borrow, file for, accept, and expend grants and/or matching funds provided by grants, or otherwise provide a sum or sums of money not to exceed $1,200,000.
That is, amount is a placeholder.
Correct. To repair and to replace the roadway, sidewalks, water infrastructure, sewer infrastructure, and stormwater drainage infrastructure for Slocum Street project, or take any other action thereon or in relation thereto.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
you used the number of 1.2. But what's that?
That was a placeholder.
The 1.2? Is this the borrowing one?
Yep.
So gentlemen, we just had a meeting with Woodward and Curran. We got some bids in. They're gonna come in the June 4th meeting and go over the Slocum Street project via a small slideshow and take any questions from the board. We have some funding available. The borrowing article, I'm not a big proponent of borrowing, but the 1.2 needs to be 1.8 in order for us to meet the funding of the eligible bids that came in. That being said, I had a quick conversation with our state representative, Paul Schmid. He's informed me that the transportation bond bill Mr. Strauss had put in, Representative Strauss had put in 2014, it was dedicated to Slocum Street. He's recommended that we submit a letter, working with his staff. I think it was Jessica Caton from his staff would prepare a letter, help us prepare a letter, send a letter off to Mass DOT, informing them of the project, but also a letter from State Senator Mark Matigny's office, Rep. Schmid's office, Rep. Strauss's office, all in support of the project, and submit that to the governor's office, because that's who needs to be released the funds from the transportation bond bill. And then he said, kind of use terminology, well, that's the 1.5 that Rep. Strauss put in 2014 is up to negotiation. So my recommendation, when we just had an internal meeting with Mr. Kelly, Woodward and Curran and DPW staff, is let's ask for more, right? It ain't gonna hurt. We got a shovel-ready project. The borrowing article is for $1.8 million. That's not even taking into account the 1.5 from the transportation. That's why it's as high as 1.8. We need to expedite that letter, get that letter in form through Rep. Schmid's office. He said Jessica Caton's really good at preparing these kind of letters to us. We can submit something to Mass DOT and then send the letters off to our legislative delegation and have us pitch it to the governor's office with their support letters alongside of our letter, and hopefully she can expedite the release of our transportation money.
Excellent.
That was appropriated for that, so.
Literally, I was on the phone with Mike Monahan from Senator Matigny's office before we came in. They're working on a letter to the secretary and the governor. We should have it for Tuesday's meeting.
Excellent.
Thank you, that's
I know
excellent.
you guys were working on it, so.
Yep, so I mean, the 1 point, for everybody at home that thinks, 1.8 million borrowing, the other 600, the water reserve fund, that's what the money's there for. We're replacing a 2,200, roughly 2,200 feet of water main up Slocum Street that's 115 years old. That's not good, right? That we need to start replacing our water infrastructure. So the project is an important project, trying to help beautify our town area. I know Mr. Wonar's talked about South Main Street. Slocum Street's a major artery connecting into South Main Street, getting those sidewalks up to snuff, and kind of beautifying that area, along with upgrading that water infrastructure is critical to the townspeople, especially all the townspeople over here in Precinct 1. We'll see what that water pipe looks like, but so hopefully if we get the full 1.5, the borrowing article will never need to be acted upon, right? It's up to 1.8 we can borrow up to. I don't know if we have some contingencies that have a significant buffer in the project, but I don't think we're gonna need those big contingencies. But right now, given the numbers we were given by the engineering firm, we stuck by that number, and that's how we hit the number. So I'm hoping that we never have to act upon that 1.8 million borrowing, right? And we can get our senators and state reps to get us some money for this project.
Absolutely.
It's a shovel-ready project, so hopefully that's what's gonna occur. So I would ask that 1.2 that you read be changed to 1.8, Mr. Chairman.
Good.
And I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Okay.
Excellent.
The last one, Mr. Chairman, is the enabling language for the stormwater bylaw, and where it says XX for the article number, it should say that article number 28.
Mr. Chairman, on the stormwater
Yes, sir.
management bylaw, you had a bylaw review committee meeting. You've gotten the language at the end of applicability, Article 3, Section B1. Did you get that last part of that language
Yes,
taken
sir.
out?
Yep, made a motion to remove the last part of the language, passed at bylaw review, and it was endorsed to send back to us with updated language.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Very welcome. Is there a motion to approve Article 28?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Staff will now put the letter in to the citizenry and do the index, and it'll be ready to go to print the beginning of the week.
Excellent. And if possible, have the staff review a couple of the budgetary numbers that are written in it. I noticed a couple had some extra numbers in there. There was the golf one, had an extra 3 placed on the debt
Yeah.
service line. So as long as the i's are dotted and t's are crossed, I think we're good.
I did not review that article, Mr. Chairman, with Mr. Kelly. I did review the sewer one, but Mr. Kelly was working on the golf budget.
It was a multi-strike on the letter 3.
I'll take a look at it after.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everybody that does see it.
On the corrected version.
I haven't looked at the numbers in the new warrant, Mr. Chairman, but I can do that after the
Sure.
meeting with Mr. Kelly, just make sure. I need a new copy of that budget anyway. He's made some changes to it. We've done some additional back charging to the golf course, as we said we would.
Excellent.
So I'll take a look at those numbers with Mr. Kelly after and make sure before we go to print that the numbers are what we say they were.
And we found a couple spelling mistakes, but that was it.
Sounds good. Hey, gentlemen, selectmen's announcements?
Chairman, I do. This is in regards to West Island beach passes. I know there's been a lot of chatter on social media, some misinformation that's out there, but this goes into effect June 4th. And the process is, and we will let everybody know once it goes live, but I just want people to understand what the process is. Passes are to be purchased in person at the Fairhaven BPW, 5 Arsene Street, Fairhaven. There's not a portal to purchase these passes, so you must go in person to the Fairhaven BPW 5 Arsene Street. Acushnet residents must demonstrate proof of residency by showing their vehicle registration, name, address, and license plate number. Residents whose vehicles are registered outside of Acushnet will need to provide alternative proof of residency, example, a bill matching name and Acushnet address, in addition to the previously mentioned requirements. So that's the process. You gotta go in person to Arsene Street. Unfortunately, 15 residents have already purchased their passes. We cannot provide some type of rebate. Sorry about that. Next year, we'll try to figure this out. But we've done this, we're doing this on the fly. Really, we're kind of building the plane in the air to take advantage of the season. But unfortunately, there's been a lot of misinformation out there, but this is the source of truth. So we will type this up. Once it goes live, we will post it, and hopefully people will enjoy themselves, have a little bit of patience, have a little bit of grace. We're trying to figure this out, but to be honest with you, to get it done in about a month's time, wasn't too shabby. So anyway, that's the situation. Thank you.
Thanks, Selectman Warner. Selectman Gasper, anything?
I don't believe so.
And I don't have much either, so we'll just go on. Future business, our next meeting will be Tuesday, June 4th, 2024 at 4 p.m. And is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.